God damn it. Oh, bug. Sorry. Motherfucker. Alright. Try this again. God damn it, fucking bees and shit. Hold on. Fuckers.
Alright, what's up, people? It's your man Rajay 111. I know I've been chilling, man. I'm good. I'm back. I'm good. Had this like my busy time, like work and all that, but everything's good. I'm trying to get ready for what's that race in 2 weeks down Georgia. So going through the cars and everything, but this engine, this is the K302, FX K302. Now this is not mine. Let me show you, because I know I get some haters out there, whatever. All right, that's the one that I bought. That's in my Mugen. This one I bought cheap, very, very, very cheap. But I'm gonna show you this engine because I want y'all to be careful when y'all buying used engines. Okay, just be very careful. Now I bought this. I really only bought this, and I paid cheap, because the guy, nothing was wrong with the engine. He liked the engine, and everything. It just he went with he got signed, or he signed up for a sponsorship with somebody else, and he asked to use their engines. So all right, but this one, it got a new sleeve, piston, rod, and pin, and it definitely does. Now this engine was broken in. All right, now let me zoom y'all in first. Let me zoom you in here, baby. Get y'all straight. Hold up, that might be a little too much zoom. All right, the hell with it. All right, you see that thing there? Now the engine was broken in. Okay, I could tell all of that. You know, all this is new and good. Let's check that pinch. That's the exhaust. If you don't know how to check your pinch, exhaust side, exhaust. Okay, look at that. That's crazy pinch. Okay, so this was definitely new. All right, now here's the issue though. All right, look at that bearing in there. That ain't caster, people. That's rust or something. Look at that. I don't know what he was running up in this joker, but it's seized in there. Like, see it move, and then that's it. See that? Now that I'm gonna see if it's caster. I am gonna see if it's caster. Now, but the reason why I believe it's rust, because if you look real good at this crank, let me see if I can get y'all in there, people. See this little rust in there? Now that may be caster, but it doesn't rub out. See what I mean? Hold up. Okay. See that? It's not coming out of there. So it looks like rust. To me, it looks like rust. Right? Which I don't know how he did that on DLC coated crank, or what he was running. See that? But this now, when you put this in here, right? See, you put this in here. Let's see. All right, get that in there. Okay, boom. Now this spins all day, but that bearing is actually locked up. So what's happening is, you see it move and locks. That's why I want to just show y'all that. That's why you gotta take your engines apart and look at these bearings. Put your fingers on them. Now you see that bearing's moving. That's supposed to be spinning, but it's not. Even though the crank is spinning, what's happening is it's spinning within the race. So that race is just rubbing up against the crank, which is not good. So what happens is, let me take this out. Hold up. So what happens is that bearing, there we go. That bearing is riding right here. If you continue to let this go, you're gonna wear away this coating right here. Okay, because it's sliding basically up against there. All right. I'm surprised it ain't wore out now. That's that good effects quality. But this engine was broken in. It definitely is broken in. But you see that? It'll wear against it. That's why people, it's good to take your motors apart. Put your fingers in there. Feel them bearings, baby. See that? That's locked up. I'm going to take that bearing out. And I'm going to clean it up. See if it cleans up, whatever. If not, I'll just replace it. Ain't a big deal. I'll do the front too. But this right here was worth the price of admission. Right here. Because this, alright, I'm going to tell y'all, I paid under $100 for this. You know what I mean? So I really won't worry about it too much. That's the head button. See that? Alright. That's the head. And this is the K302. Alright, 302 people. The one with the low CG head. Now, I really didn't need this motor, but you know, I like these effects, and I was like, well, you know, why not? Not a big deal. See, now this, see, when I do that, that wipes out of there. I don't know if y'all can see that. So it might just be caster buildup. We're gonna take this thing apart. I'm gonna take this bearing out. See if hopefully y'all can see in there. I'm gonna see if I can take this bearing apart and see what it do. Okay. All right. I'll be right back, people. So I got the bearing out, and this was crazy in there, but I got it. But I did get it cleaned up. See if y'all can see in there good. I did get it. Hold up. There you go. I did get it nice and cleaned in there. Okay. Got the front bearing out too. Took the carburetor off. The block doesn't look that bad. The block looks actually really good. So just like the bearing was like tore up. Alright. Now. Button head. You see that? I cleaned that button head up. See that? This light is murder. See that? Let me get the zoom. Oh, let me zoom down. Alright. See that? Cleaned that thing up really nice. Alright, let me show you this again. Cleaned all in there. It was like, I don't know if it's rust or cast or whatever, but I got it out of there. But I'm gonna tell you, I tried wiping it with the cloth. That ain't work. Now let me zoom back out. Alright, now sometimes people, you gotta get a little aggressive. Alright, this is a brass brush. Don't use wire brush, you know what I mean, because you're gonna end up scarring stuff. So brass is softer than the metal, the aluminum, so you get in there without scuffing it all up. Don't use brass or anything really aggressive on your piston or your sleeve. Don't do that. Alright, but with the brass, I was able to scrub in there, and then that got it all out. The other thing too, people, these little Tupperwares are good if you don't have a parts washer. Now, I have a parts washer. I just don't feel like going to the garage. But if you don't have a parts washer, little Tupperwares is good. You know, like this one, small. I put mineral spirits in here, cap it off, and then I can shake my bearings up in there. But try to get one that's sealed. Alright, you can shake your bearings up, do your thing in there. Also, the best thing I found to clean this stuff is old nitro fuel. Alright, this is old nitro fuel that was in, you know, in my tank after running, and you know, I don't use the fuel, so I just reuse it for cleaning purposes. That I use, of course, alcohol gets good. Good old mineral spirits, people. Odorless, you know. Alright, damn, I'm all over the place. Alright, let me show you this bearing. Let me zoom back in. Yeah. See this bearing? It's crazy, right? Now, this is what I mean by seized up. Look at that. See it? Now, because I can see the balls moving, I think it's just dirt in there, just rust in there. See that? Okay, y'all see all that rust on there? Look at that thing. Now, see that? I'm trying to scrape it with my fingernail, and it's not coming off. So I don't think this is caster, okay? So I'm scraping that hard. It's not coming off. See that? That's rust. Alright? See, that's... Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna soak this. Try to clean it up with a little wire bristle. With that brass and see what it do. Alright? Let me zoom back out. Alright, people. I'll be back. Let me show you. Hopefully, we might be able to bring this back. We'll see. If not, we just gotta get a new bearing. Alright? Alright, people. I'm back. And, it's just a what you could do with a little bit of elbow grease, but okay, let me show you what else I want to show you. Okay, let me zoom in first. All right, let me zoom in a little bit. Front bearing, this wasn't bad, even though the seal might be bad. We don't know yet. We'll try it out, but front bearing was no problem. But let's zoom in here. There you go. That's the bearing that had the rust on it, and you can see, let me get y'all in there, you can see now it cleaned up pretty good, but you can see here, this is what rust does, corrosion. It start eating away a little bit at the metal, but y'all can see just with a little bit of elbow grease, people, you can make things happen. Alright, and I ain't even oiled this yet. Let me put a little bit of 3-in-1 in there. See that? Smooth now, smooth. You don't even hear it no more. Smooth. Now, let me show y'all. So, if this was in the engine, this is facing the back plate. Crank it going like this. Alright? So, when it's inside your engine, that's how it is. So, what was happening is, this was spinning, but it was sliding in there. Now, you can see. You can see. Now it's riding on the ball bearings. See that? See it? See the ball bearings moving with it? Booyah. No problems. Like I said, you'd have tore up that because that's where that bearing rides at. Alright? Booyah. Cool. And all I'd use, let me back out. All I used, people, was 3-in-1 Scotch-Brite on there. Put that thing in my bearing holder, shake her up, blow the dirt out, scrub, keep doing it. Scrub. With that mineral spirits, you get it nice and clean. She'll come out. This is the front bearing, and with a seal. And this is good. This rides smooth. Let me give y'all a little bit of tip. They got, you see this got the seal on there. The Novarossi got the double seal. The seal, the difference between the sealed bearing and the metal shielded bearing, okay? So this is like rubber shielded and something like, I don't got one there, but what's the name? I have a metal shield on here. The metal shield bearings will spin faster, okay? Because there's less resistance on that race. They will spin faster, but they allow dirt to get into them on metal shielded bearings. So you don't use metal shielded bearings in a dirty environment because you will allow dirt to get in there. All right. You use the rubber sealed bearings when you're in a dirty environment like off-road. So that's why most of your wheel bearings in your cars are rubber shielded. Some people use metal shielded bearings on their clutch, and that's fine. But you gotta remember, especially if you use a vented clutch bell, you might chance in getting dirt in that metal shielding. And the difference between the metal shielding and the rubber shielding, far as the smoothness or spin, is minimum. Okay, there is some drag with the rubber shielded bearings, because you gotta remember that rubber shielding is riding up against that race to keep this sealed. But it's not like it's fine. I never really use metal shielded bearings because of I race off road. Maybe on road it might be something you can do, but off road I always use rubber shielded bearings. Metal shielded bearings is cool, and it's not really. I haven't really seen the benefit for spin wise. Is it worth it? They spin faster, but is it worth chancing and getting dirt in there and tear your bearing up? Next thing you know, your clutch lock up. You probably in the main, and you probably get first place with 2 minutes left. Clack clack. It's not worth it for me. I just always use rubber shielded bearings. Okay. This is why when you put this bearing on, the front is like that to keep dirt and stuff in with not going inside of the engine. If they'd have had a metal shielded bearing on the front of this, it would allow dirt to get in, and boop boop boop, you're done. This one has no shield because it's encased inside the engine, so no dirt is in there. So they want you to get as much free spin as possible. Okay. All right, people, that's your man Rajay, but that thing good to go. So I'm gonna put this thing back together, man, and this be a spare motor. Okay, people. All right, good people. That's just a little something I wanted to tell y'all. I'm here, people. Don't think I fell off. So this your man Rajay 111. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.